Justin Bieber is quitting music. Not taking a break, not going on hiatus, quitting. The biggest pop star of his generation, the man who sold out stadiums on every continent, whose name was plastered across every Billboard chart for 15 straight years, has reportedly told his inner circle that he is done, permanently done. And the reason why will completely shatter the way you think about fame, money, and the price of being the most famous person on earth. Stay with us. The breaking point nobody saw coming. To understand why Justin Bieber is walking away from one of the most valuable careers in music history, you have to understand what the last 3 years have actually looked like for him behind closed doors. Because the version the public has seen, the rare Instagram post, the occasional paparazzi shot outside a coffee shop in Los Angeles, tells only a fraction of the real story. The full story is far more painful, far more human, and far more difficult to watch. It started with his body turning against him. In the summer of 2022, Bieber went public with a diagnosis that stunned his entire fan base: Ramsay Hunt syndrome, a rare neurological condition caused by a viral infection that had partially paralyzed the right side of his face. He posted a video from what appeared to be his home in Ontario, sitting quietly in front of the camera, demonstrating with heartbreaking calm how one side of his face simply could not move. His eye would not blink. His smile would not form. For an artist whose entire brand had been built on his face, his warmth, his approachability, it was a moment of profound and public vulnerability that the internet did not handle with any particular grace. He canceled his world tour. He disappeared from public life. And while the cameras moved on to the next story, Justin was sitting at home in the quiet, dealing with something that no amount of money, no manager, and no record label deal could fix for him: his health, his mind, his marriage to Hailey Bieber, his newborn child, the private, unglamorous, deeply human work of rebuilding a life that the music industry had been consuming piece by piece since he was 12 years old. The paparazzi did not help. Sources inside his management team have described a period during his recovery where the intrusion became genuinely unbearable. Photographers camped outside his Los Angeles home for weeks. Long lens cameras captured him on private walks with Hailey. Blurry, unflattering images of a man simply trying to rest and heal were packaged into tabloid headlines and consumed by an internet that had decided his illness was content. His team tried to push back. They issued statements. They asked for privacy. And the cameras kept rolling. Because that is what cameras in Hollywood do when you are Justin Bieber. The toxic culture of celebrity surveillance, the kind that treats a human being's worst moments as entertainment, left a mark on him that insiders say went far deeper than the illness itself. For the first time in his adult life, he began asking a question that fame had always drowned out before. What exactly am I doing this for? And the more honestly he sat with that question, the harder it became to answer in a way that justified getting back on a stage. Sources close to the singer say that when he slowly began to recover physically, something fundamental had changed inside him. The urgency to perform, the hunger that had driven him onto stages since childhood, was simply no longer there. What replaced it was something quieter, and by every account from people who know him, something far more grounded. He wanted peace, not the manufactured peace of a wellness retreat or a publicist-approved break announcement. Real, lasting, private peace. The kind that does not come with a comeback tour announcement 6 months later. Hollywood is terrified. The moment word began circulating through Hollywood's inner circles that Justin Bieber was seriously considering a permanent exit, the financial panic set in almost immediately. And the scale of that panic tells you everything you need to know about how the music industry really works and who it actually serves. Justin Bieber's music catalog is not just a collection of songs. It is a machine. A multi-$100 million per year machine that generates revenue through streaming royalties, sync licensing deals, merchandise lines, and the perpetual promise of future stadium tours that promoters and sponsors plan entire annual budgets around. When that machine goes quiet, the ripple effect moves through the industry like a shockwave. Streaming numbers on his existing catalog hold steady. They always do for an artist of his level. But the forward-looking revenue projections, the ones that justify the enormous advances and the long-term label commitments, collapse entirely the moment his name is no longer attached to a future release date. Record label executives have reportedly been scrambling behind closed doors for months. Emergency meetings have been held in private boardrooms across Los Angeles and New York, the kind of meetings that do not appear on any official calendar. Offers have been placed on the table that, by any reasonable measure, should have been impossible to walk away from. Sources familiar with the negotiations describe packages so generous they border on unprecedented. Full creative control over every track, every visual, every release date, something the industry almost never genuinely surrenders to any artist. On top of that, flexible touring schedules built entirely around his personal health, with exit clauses allowing him to step back at any point without financial penalty. And financial guarantees so substantial that sources describe them as generational wealth, security that would protect not just Justin and Hailey, but their children for decades to come. The label did not arrive with a standard contract. They arrived with a lifeline engineered specifically to make saying no feel impossible. And according to multiple reports, Justin Bieber has looked at all of it and quietly, calmly declined. The industry's terror runs far deeper than earnings reports and streaming numbers. It is about what a permanent Bieber retirement signals to every major artist watching carefully from the sidelines right now. When someone at his level, someone with every commercial incentive imaginable to keep going, looks at everything on the table and still says no, it sends a message that no press release can neutralize. It tells the world plainly that the machine powering Hollywood extracts a real cost from the people inside it. And that cost, the loss of privacy, the loss of health, the loss of an ordinary human life, is something that money, for some people, simply cannot repay. The price of being Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber was handed fame before he was old enough to understand what he was giving up in exchange for it. He was 12 years old when the world discovered him, 13 when the label deals were signed, 14 when the screaming crowds became the backdrop of his entire existence. He grew up not in a house or a neighborhood or a school, but inside the music industry, shaped by its demands, its timelines, and its absolute refusal to acknowledge that the person at the center of it all was still just a child who needed room to become a human being. There is a version of this story where Justin Bieber returns, where the quiet period ends, the hunger comes back, and a new album announcement drops on a random Tuesday morning and breaks the internet all over again. The industry is banking on that version. His label is waiting for that version. Millions of fans around the world are holding their breath for that version. And maybe it still happens. Artists have walked away before and walked back. It would not be the first time. It would not be the last. Now, at 32 years old, with a wife he loves, a child he is raising, and a body that spent the last few years reminding him in the most direct way possible that it has limits, Justin Bieber appears to have made a decision that the industry cannot buy, negotiate, or wait out. He is choosing himself, quietly, without a press release, without a farewell tour, without the grand exit that Hollywood would have scripted for him if he had let it. And in a world where celebrity departure is almost always performance, that silence is the most powerful statement he has ever made. Do you think he is making the right choice? Leave your thoughts below, subscribe for more, and we will see you next time.